How's it going? This is sort of, I think, a bit of a video journal session where I'm going to try using drawing as well to kind of help that process along. Let's get it. So I guess this drawing is about like self-love, which is something that's been on my mind a fair bit recently. I feel like I've had this kind of feeling for a long time that a lot of my actions are somehow not kind of fueled by self-love, but they're kind of coming from a slightly desperate place. So I guess what I'm trying to communicate here is that I'm trying, or I want to be more of a kind of nurturing, loving presence for myself, because at times it can feel like I'm in a panic and a rush to sort of achieve something, get somewhere. Yeah. So actually, this is a question that I've sort of been experimenting with recently of how can I really love myself now? And I think that's the question that this kind of picture evoked as well. Like with this question that I'm asking myself, sometimes journaling about, sometimes just trying to reshift my attention towards something helpful without necessarily journaling or anything like that. Yeah, what I'm trying to do with that question is to become more of this. There we go. I put a little arrow there to make that clear. And it just seems kind of difficult at times. I was in a art therapy call this morning that was, the theme of that call was what are three wishes that you would have for yourself in the near future. So like not something that's too like super far off. It's one of the people in the call, they talked about being on a treadmill, and that really resonated with me. That they felt like they were on a treadmill and just couldn't stop. You know, it was just a never-ending cycle of sort of getting burnt out, not getting enough time to take a step back, and I don't even know. I've drawn a little picture of a rocking chair, which, yeah, for me that's the opposite of the treadmill. You know, it's like, relaxing. Taking a moment to not indulge in that busyness. I want to come back to this. How do I really love myself now? Because if there's any purpose to this video, I think that would be it. How can I really love myself now? Breathe. Breathe. Okay, that's good. Breathe. Be still and get in touch with the still small voice within. All right. So here are some kind of answers that I came up to that question of how can I really love myself? So I've got preparing myself some food for work tomorrow, and hopefully a big batch, so I can, be prepared more like for the week and stuff ahead. I've been realizing lately that it's super important to keep my habits or just put in systems and stuff that's going to consistently keep me kind of on top of my shit in life and keep my nose ahead of it just helps to avoid getting into tough patches and hard times, and it can also help even when those times do come. If you're in the habit of doing this stuff, it can make them hit a bit less hard, I find. So this is just one example of that, and it's particularly relevant because it'd be good for me to have some food prepared for work tomorrow. So that's something I'd like to do this evening. And I've also, so that's the first one, but I've also got, this was the second one, of being aware of my emotions and what's going on. So taking time to slow down and be conscious of my emotions and to sort of hold them in my heart and watch them metaphorically with my eyes, and just be the space for them to be there and be okay, even if they're painful or just difficult, yucky, don't want to look at it. But to be that compassionate awareness and to actually slow down, because that's the whole treadmill thing is about not allowing time for emotions to be expressed. That's how it is for me often. I'll just reach for one thing after the other just to pile shit on top of whatever's going on inside of me. So there you go, that's a bit of emotional processing. So I did actually sit in my rocking chair for a little bit this afternoon because I was feeling kind of burnt out and a bit at sea, so to speak. Okay, so breathing. That's the next one, breathing. So it's really important. It's really related, to be honest. Actually, all of the rest of these are pretty related to this kind of mindful awareness of emotions and stuff. Just connecting to the senses, I guess, and really feeling the air, feel my lungs, and come into my nose. I don't know what else to say about that one, to be honest. Taking a deep breath and just feeling safe, allowing myself to feel safe. And the next one is feeling gratitude for myself, because I was just noticing I'm feeling kind of a bit negative about my situation and kind of putting down a lot of the really positive steps that I've been taking lately. And just feeling so stressed that I need to be doing more. But slowing down and being grateful. Breathe, slow down, be grateful for what I'm already doing for myself, and also compassionate, I guess. Like that already covers like the compassion in a way. So this adds to the compassion with gratitude. Yeah. And this one is more about patience. And so I put a clock and a person meditating, because I guess if someone's meditating, they must be pretty patient. That was the thought process. Well, I do actually meditate with a timer of 30 minutes most days recently. So it kind of looks like it could be meaning that as well, which I think has been helpful to, to slow down and stuff. It can be really good. Yeah, so that's kind of similar to it was kind of along the same line of thinking as this idea of compassion, which was responding to, feeling negatively about my situation and my ability to progress forwards and stuff. And so being grateful, not compassionate, grateful for progress that I am making and have been making and have made, in the ways that I've been loving myself, and even just what I am that I can be grateful for, right? Just my existence. Building on that with patience for the process as it goes on. So looking back and being grateful and being patient with the process. I think this all ties into that treadmill feeling of panic and being, stuck on that treadmill. Not a place any of us want to be, I dare say. Okay, so that's what kind of came out of me from that prompt of how can I love myself? And I wonder if any of that could be helpful to you. Maybe, maybe not. In any event, I'm glad that you decided to tune into this video. I'm grateful for you and that you are alive and breathing. And I don't know what else to say. Like and subscribe if that tickles your fancy. And this was a bit of an experimental video in how I filmed it. I wonder if I'll get more organized and actually plan things in advance more in the future. To be honest, I feel like that would require some level of growth on my part, which is a bit embarrassing to say. It's just, there is a slight capability aspect, but there's also that broader stress aspect that can make planning ahead really difficult. But I'm getting better at that as well, and there'll be more experimentation in the future. Anyway, love you. Take care.